What is up, guys? We're back at Jones Subwoofer Solutions for another amp dyno. Today it is something a little different. Things got a little crazy here. It is the ADX12K, the new 12K from Audio Dynamics. It is huge. I have to back up to get it into frame. And a few things about this amp I want to hit on real quick before we get into it. I do imagine at some point, if not through all the testing, we can hit the max limit of the dyno, so don't be surprised. The other thing, I'm only clamping one lead, so we're going to triple our readings. So if the live readings look low, it's because we're only clamping one lead. And the last thing to note is not only am I on the CMAX that we normally run, but I now may have the largest dyno bank, at least while this is hooked up. I've added my big boy CMAX into the chain just to help things out. So there it is, the Audio Dynamics ADX12K. I'll catch you guys in front of the dyno in just a minute. Drop your guesses now, and we'll see what this thing does. See you guys in just a second. Alright guys, here we are on the dyno with the ADX12K from Audio Dynamics. Now like I said, we may run into the amp dyno getting to its max limit. Probably on the the higher impedance runs, 1 ohm, I think we're good. But this is rated 4,700 watts at 4 ohms. 7,200 watts at 2 ohms, and 12,000 watts at 1 ohm. I am running one charger today. It does have a fan on it. You might hear it running. That is my charger, not the amp. But let's get to it. We're going to do certified, which reads signal up to distortion or clipping. It reads clean power only. Then we'll do uncertified, which will keep reading if there is clipping or distortion present. And then we'll do dynamic, which is a burst or pulse track. And we're going to start with 4 ohm, then we'll do 2 ohm, and then we'll do 1 ohm on each of these. So let's go ahead and get started. We're going to start with 4 ohm. We're at 15.19 volts starting. Again, this was rated 4,700 watts. And to be honest, I would have to find my dyno manual to tell you what the limit of the dyno is, but I get a feeling we're going to hit it. But here we go. 4 ohms, rated 4,700 watts. Let's see what it does. All right, over 5,000 watts. So apparently 5, it looks like, was the limit at 4 ohm. We saw definitely more than that, and it was clean the whole time. Moving on then, we're going to try 2 ohms. 2 ohms, this is rated 7,200 watts. I believe the dyno goes that high at 2 ohms. We'll find out. We're at 15.15 volts starting. Here we go. All right, over again. It looked like we were right about 9,000 watts when it went over. Maybe when I play this back, I'll try to play it frame by frame and see. Dropped to 14.62 volts. So again, well over, it appears to be well over rated power, which was 7,200 watts. And now we'll get into it again at 1 ohm. Rated 12,000 watts. We're at 15.1 volts. Let's see what this does. Here we go. The ADX12K at 1 ohm. All right, there we are, guys. It was able to read it. we got a whopping 15,592 watts into 1 ohm, dropping to 14.2 volts. That is gnarly. This amp is putting out tons of power. So, and again, that amperage is triple what it was reading. So we'll go back now and we will get into uncertified. And I don't know that it'll change, but we're gonna try it. We're gonna try the 4 ohm run and just see if it doesn't go over again. I imagine it will. 15.2 volts starting, rated 4,700 watts. Here we go. Just doing this to be thorough. I imagine it'll go over though. Yep, it says over 7. I don't think that means over 7,000. I could be wrong, but we went over the dyno at 4 ohms. We'll try 2 ohms. Uncertified. Here we go. We're at 15.1 volts starting. And again, over, I saw like 9,000 watts again before it went over. And we'll try 1 ohm, which we know it's gonna read. Again, this is rated 12,000 watts. Let's see what it does. All right, a little bit of clip there, but I don't think we saw much more power. We got 15,589 watts into 1 ohm, dropping to 14.18 volts. So that is big power. Again, way overrated. And we're gonna go into dynamic. I don't know, it may not go over on dynamic. I don't know if it changes what its maximum is depending on the mode. It might just be that 4 ohm, we're gonna see the max anyway, but we'll find out. So we're gonna start at 4 ohms. Again, it was rated 4,700 watts at 4 ohms. Here we go. We're at 15.2 volts starting. And yeah, immediately over. We'll try 2 ohms real quick. I imagine it'll be over for that too. Here we go, 2 ohms. Over. 1 ohm. We're at 15.13 volts. Let's see what this does. Dynamic. Rated 12,000 watts. Here we go. Wow. I think that's it. We got 19,106 watts into 1 ohm. We dropped to 14.76 volts. That is crazy power. I think that actually might be the biggest number I've seen on my dyno myself. So that's a wrap for the dyno testing, guys. I'm gonna get this taken off and we can get a look inside it and we'll take a look at what comes with the amp. See you guys just in a minute. We'll see you back on the bench. Alright guys, here we are back on the bench with the Audio Dynamics ADX12K. You can get a look inside of it. This thing is absolutely huge. It's pretty much the size of my bench. Give you guys a look at it. I'll zoom out here. So you can see that is, even for a 12K, it is very large. And real quick, before we take a look at the end caps and start flipping the amp around, I'll just show you what it came with. It does come with toolkit with a screwdriver, which is nice for the gain adjustments. Cord for your bass knob. Comes with one of these newer style bass knobs. Shows power, protect, and clip light. Also shows voltage and temperature. So that's real nice. It is branded AD. And you guys will see, I don't know if I mentioned, the back plate has a fan on it. Only one. Oh, and you can have these custom, like this anodized badge I have here. You can get these in custom colors. I don't believe they normally come with the amp, but you can order them at an additional cost. But we got this cool blue one. I didn't put it on, but you guys can see that this is an option to help style your build. But if you guys want to hang on one sec, we can take a look at these end caps and we can wrap this up. Give me one sec, guys. All right, guys, we're back. Sorry for the close-up. Try to hold this as steady as I can. But you can see we've got left and right inputs, left and right outputs, power, protect, and clip light. You've got your gain knob. Subsonic is from 10 to 50 hertz. Low pass filter is from 35 to 250 hertz. You have adjustable phase. There is the plug for your bass knob. And these are strappable, of course. You have your master and slave switch and your master slave RCAs and 8-gauge speaker outputs. And those are Tiffany style RCAs. And one sec, we'll take a look at the power input side. All right, guys, on this end, you can see we've got 3 sets of power and ground, and then a remote stuck in the middle there. These are 2-watt size inputs. We used welding cable. The 2-watt slid in just fine. Your oversized 2.0, it'll squeeze in there too. But you can see there's grounds on the outer terminals, and then the inner one has battery on the left and ground on the right. But that is a look at the power end. 1 second, guys, and I'll catch you back on the bench and we can summarize this amp. All right, guys, so there you have it. The ADX12K from Audio Dynamics. What a beast of an amp. That surpassed my expectations. I knew it was going to do big power, but I had no idea we'd be coming close to breaking 20,000 watts. And when I post this, you guys, I'll post what the Dyno max limit was, just so you guys know. But let me know what you guys think of this amp. Let me know what you guys think of this video. Let me know what you guys would like to see next time. If you haven't subscribed, please hit the subscribe button. Hit the bell so you know when I post a new video. Give me a like and a share. Thanks, guys. I'll see you next time.